Okay, I've got my little document here in Flash that I started on. And what I'm going to do is show you how to add blank keyframes to your timeline down here. Right now, I only have one keyframe. It's a black dot. And in order to create an animation, I'm going to need more keyframes. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and click and drag on this empty frame here. And in one motion, go out to, let's say, frame 21 or whatever, I don't really care. Then I'm going to right click on that range and choose convert to blank keyframes. And now I have a series of blank keyframes with that little empty circle in there. And then when it'll let me scrub out here. So I'll go back to my first frame, click on the second frame, draw something. I'll use my little arrow keys to jump to the next keyframe and so on and fill these in. So that's the way you add blank keyframes. One of the problems people run into when they start working with Flash is the timeline is pretty persnickety. It doesn't always act like you want it to. One of the easiest things to do is when you're trying to select a range to add new keyframes to, is if I go to this frame here, and I click on it first so that it's highlighted, and then I click and drag on it. Oops, click and drag on it. It will actually move and extend that frame out, which is not what I want at all. So you have to kind of get used to the little Flash dance, where you go here and you click and drag in one motion. That's the way you select those empty frames. And from there, you can right click and choose convert to blank keyframes. Now, if I want to get rid of a series of frames, I can, again, using that same one motion, click and drag all at once. I can grab these, right click, and say remove frames, and they're gone. But again, it's really, really easy. People make this mistake all the time. You click there first, and then you drag, and you're going to end up moving that frame and causing all kinds of trouble. So to get rid of frames, just go to the very top, and then just click and drag in one motion, right click, remove frames. So I'm going to go down here, click and drag, add some new blank keyframes. And I want to show you how to use onion skinning. Onion skinning is down here at the bottom of your timeline. There are two options here. Stay away from the third one for right now, which is edit multiple. That's a very handy thing to be able to do, but we won't get into that today. Just go here and click on onion skin. And what this does is it shows back and forward from where I am. So this is my current keyframe, and it's going backwards. There's nothing ahead, so I could pull that range in. This is the way you adjust the range. And right now it's showing me 2 keyframes back. If I just wanted to see 1 keyframe back, I would click in, and now it's only showing me 1. If I wanted to see a bunch, I would extend that range that way. The other option here just shows it to you in outline form, and this one shows it to you in shaded form. So that's onion skinning. The other thing I wanted to show you is how to add layers. I'm just going to go ahead and make a few more keyframes here. And you can also add layers by going over here to the layer menu and clicking on the new layer button down here. And now I've got layer 2. Notice that layer 2 just has 1 keyframe that's blank that's been extended. So if I want to draw on each one of these frames, I would go and select that range like we're learning how to do here. Right click and choose convert to blank keyframes. And now I could go here and draw things, and those would be in a separate layer. So I'll change my color and make sure I'm on keyframe 1, go through, get a bigger brush, and just start drawing onto this layer. And layers in Flash actually stack on top of each other like they do in Photoshop. So Right now this orange line is on top of the green line. But if I take these layers and change their order in the stack here, you can see that the green line is now on top of the orange line. So again, you can see the effect there of changing the order of the stack. You can play this back by hitting the return key. And then if I want to loop my playback, I can go up here to Control, Loop Playback. And now when I hit return, this thing will play in a continuous loop here.